Welcome everyone. I'm Jake Krasnov. I'm one of the co-founders of Security, a cybersecurity consulting and technology company that's getting ready to pitch our new tool, Simpatic. If you go to the next slide, please. Everyone in the room probably knows that cybersecurity is one of the biggest challenges that organizations regardless of size face today. But small businesses are particularly vulnerable, with estimates saying as many as 60% of small businesses close within 6 months after a major breach. But despite this, they're often priced out of the cybersecurity tool in the market. Enterprise licenses typically start somewhere around $100,000 and go up from there for automated testing tools. And manual testing from red teams costs as much as $30,000 per test. And that really only tells them where their problems are. It doesn't do anything to help them with the remediation of problems or to have ongoing analysis of what their networks look like. So you go next. So Simpatic is a continuous exposure and management tool that uses AI integration with an open source framework called Empire that we've spent the last 8 years building to solve this problem by automating the testing through an autonomous AI driver that allows for more real-world representation and repeatability of tests at a much lower cost, both for the customer as well as for us maintaining the tool. So our team is composed of myself. I'm a former Air Force NSA certified red team operator and was a senior product security engineering manager at Boeing FanWorks, which, if you've heard of Skunk Works for Lockheed Martin, is Boeing's equivalent. We built all of the new airplanes and weapon systems for the DoD. My co-founder is Dr. Anthony Rose. He's our AI machine learning expert. He has a PhD in electrical engineering, and his thesis on machine learning is really the designer behind the agentic AI integration that we're using. And then our final member currently is Vincent Rose. He's a veteran software engineer with about 10 years of startup experience. He's the main reason that Empire has become as stable and widely used within the industry as it has. And so this team together really is a strength of ours. So how Simpatic is going to work is, as I said, it's an agentic AI integration to Empire. So when you deploy it on a network, it'll run and execute like a red team does. And it has two major advantages to it. The first is that it's dynamic testing. So every time you run, it looks a little different, so the indicators aren't the same. Current automated tools such as Cybersecurity and some of the other competitors we'll talk about on the next slide execute exactly the same way every time, which has two major downsides. The first is that every time they run it, it looks identical, and so detection tools often build their detections on the way that those tools are deploying rather than the actual behaviors that they're trying to detect. Because the defensive companies want to say, look, we detect everything, and they're more interested in giving their customers a good impression than actual good detections. And then the second part is that they have to continuously build new campaigns, and so they're paying engineers to build 1 to 2 new campaigns per week, which is a lot of overhead for them to maintain. And so if you go to the next slide, that kind of gets into our competitive analysis. But this is our customer acquisition strategy. So we built Empire. Empire is widely used across the community. We have 600 to 1,000 direct downloads a week, and that doesn't include us being prepackaged in the most common offensive security testing tools such as Kali Linux and Perfect OS. In fact, Empire is so effective that most of the competitors we'll talk about are actually using Empire under the hood for their tool development. And so that gives us a major advantage. It also allows us to bring a unified capture of clients, because on the individual side, we're already selling them training on how to use Empire. There's lots of people trying to get into the industry, want to learn how to use these tools. And then on the enterprise side, they're already using our tools because it's a low cost. Other offensive security frameworks cost $5,000 to $10,000 per person per year to use, and so ours is low cost, and that gives us an easy upsell to them to bring them to Simpatic. So we do have a couple of competitors in terms of automated tools on the market. Like I said, they just kind of run in a repeatable fashion. They don't have the AI integration. Some of them are probably working on it. That is the new bubble right now. But so far, none of them have brought anything to market. So that gives us a big advantage. And we've also solved one of the biggest problems for AI integration, which is the full network exploitation. There are a couple of startups like Expo that are really good at code analysis with a AI integration, but they don't really support full network exploitation. So we're looking to raise $1 million in capital, primarily for engineering support, but also for sales team and marketing. And that engineering support is going to be focused on the front-end development. We already have the AI controller built and functional, and we do have a few POCs. We just need to build all the parts that actually make customer acquisition effective. So the dashboards to display the findings, the customer onboarding, that kind of thing. So our roadmap is, so far we do have like a fully agentic AI controller working that we can display today, or demo today, along with a POC of like a cloud deployment where someone can go to a website, log in, download an agent, and start running the tool. And then we've started selling a revenue stream selling training for Empire, and then we have our roadmap on right here that shows kind of where we're trying to get to by the end of